Hey YouTube, so I'm back with another shot-for-shot style video from the Ridge course at Predator Ridge. An absolutely stunning golf course, easily one of my favorite courses here in BC. Played a couple weeks back, thought I'd bring the camera along. As you know, we did a course vlog here at Predator last year. In this video, you're going to get a drone shot, flyover of every single hole, plus my round. The goal, of course, was to break 80. Lots of challenging terrain, tree-lined fairways, and of course, water to contend with on the back nine. So as you know, you better be keeping the ball straight. Kicking it off here with hole number one, it's a fairly wide open par 4 up the hill. You've got fescue down the left side, which definitely grows out more as the year progresses. A couple fairway bunkers on the right hand side there, as well as greenside bunkers. Generally speaking, lots of room around the green as well if you need to pull the wedges out and practice your short game. Had this second shot little gapper in. Thankfully put that tight to about 6 feet.
Oh, Benny. Thought I had it.
Hole 2 here, you're working back down the hill into the trees, the full resort feel here with the cabins in the background. Love the rock features on this course as well. The play here, you want to kind of lay one up right into the middle of the fairway there where it's widest and least sloped. If you do go a little long, you could catch yourself on the downslope. If you go very long and hit the driver down into that funnel, you will have a little pitch on, which is a good play as well. I chose the layup option with my gapper, hit one out to about 150 yard marker there.
Stingy. Sit right there. Sit, cut, do something.
Pulled out the pitching wedge down the hill and just pulled it to the left side of the green.
You're kidding me.
Now on to the third hole. Carry over the water. It kind of all funnels into the middle, opens up a little bit to the left. Driver's more or less a non-option just with how narrow it gets there at the longer distance. Up to an elevated green and a significant false front. You do not want to be short here, otherwise you're probably rolling back 20 plus yards. Had a 52 wedge in, just scalded a bit to the back of the green, and then pulled a little pitching wedge bump and run here.
That's a very nice chip, Benny.
Oh! Fourth hole now, you've got the tiered tee boxes with bunkers straight through the fairway if you don't play the dog leg. A layup hole for most, but if you can hit a nice fade around the trees there, you can find yourself in a very good spot looking at the green there. I opted to go with the driver. As you all know, I can hit a natural slice.
There it is. There you go. Oh, baby. That's so good.
And landed it right by the pin, but just rolled off the back.
I think my rangefinder's off for some reason.
Would convert the up and down for another par. Fifth hole now, big elevated tees down to a large green, lengthy par 3, but the elevation does make a significant change. So it's 235 yards from the blues, which is what we were playing this day. And I hit a 6-iron, which is typically kind of a 190, 195 club for me. And it ended up going right into the middle of the green, just long of the pin, but it was right at it. And I would 2-putt for another par. Sixth hole now. Once again, massive elevation change. The tees on this day were actually off to the right there rather than the elevated tees, so it played a little bit easier that way. 407 yards from the blue tees. You've got those 3 bunkers on the left side of the green.
Looks perfect. Work. Nice shot, buddy. Thanks. Looks good. Now that's a divot.
Put this to about 15 feet.
You gotta hit it, Ben.
I scared you, hey?
Oh.
That's good.
On to the 7th, a 550-yard par 5, sweeping from right to left, fairway bunker down the right side. It is possible if you clear that bunker, which is about a 260, 270-yard carry, to go into those trees there, of course. So yeah, you'll want to watch out for that. Try and keep it to the left side and cut around the corner there so you can give yourself a look at eagle, ideally.
This guy's on fire today, folks.
Ended up just in the rough there.
Oh, that's
Get up.
trouble for us.
Get up.
Good. Oh.
Had a 4-iron which was looking very good, just caught it a little thick and was short of the green. Would pitch this up, didn't quite get it over the ridge, so needed to give it a little more muscle.
Go, 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 go.
God, I'm leaving everything short.
And then an unfortunate second 3-putt of the day.
Oh, man.
8th hole, lengthy par 3. So we're looking about 200 yards from the blue tees. Bunkers on the left side. The pin on this day was tucked right side. And you can kind of play it off that right-hand hill. So right is definitely safe. It'll typically funnel and roll down to the green there.
Ben.
Oh, third one. Go.
Gotta
Skip up.
run.
Skip up. Get up there. Get up there. Ooh.
And then I would thankfully avoid the 3-putt and have a 2-putt par on this one. Wrapping up the front 9 here. Hole number 9 is a short par 5, 480 yards from the blues. Definitely, in my opinion, the easiest hole on the course. Hit a driver out to the wide spot of the fairway. Anywhere from an 8-iron to a 4-iron in for most people, depending on what tees you're playing from and how far you hit it. For me, hit a good drive just down the right side fairway. Pulled out a 7-iron.
Sit down.
Hit this to the back of the green about pin high. And would have this eagle putt.
Good weight, Benny.
Which was actually a very good roll. Left it about 2.5 feet past. Missed my birdie putt. You can see my frustration here. Unfortunately, didn't finish that for you guys, but we'll call it a 3-putt par.
That's 3 3-putt pars this year.
Going into the 10th hole, I'm sitting at 2 over with a 38 on the front 9. Definitely happy with that score. Couple missed birdie opportunities on the par 5s, but overall, if I could keep this going, would be a big thumbs up in my books. On to the 10th hole now. It's a beauty par 4. Just love the carry with the angled fairway up to the green there. Staggered bunkers, staggered tee boxes. Really hard to beat this hole. Great way to kick off the back 9. And of course the rock feature there up by the green as well. Really want to just avoid the bunkers on this one because there are some challenging bunker shots if you do end up in those.
Cut.
No cut. That was such a bad swing.
Fine there. Miss it.
Sit.
Oh yeah, good angle.
Woo!
Played there before. Veteran fresh.
With my drive here, pulled it a little left, just carried that far left bunker, kicked right. It was a generous kick. Had a 58-degree in from about 90 yards and put this tight. So needed to redeem myself after some terrible putting on the front 9.
Nice, dude.
Then I would buy
Redemption, let's
go.
Hole 11, a 512-yard par 5 from the blues. Sweeping from right to left. Not a lot of danger here off the tee. If you do go left, there's a chance you'll lose your ball. If you go way right over those rocks, you'll probably be in some trouble as well. But it's a fairly wide fairway and definitely an opportunity here to get to the green in 2. However, the elevated green makes it difficult, so anything that doesn't really stick its landing is going to likely roll off into those bunkers or down to the right side there.
That's so good.
Just piped this drive down the middle. It was one of my best drives of the day. Had a 6-iron in here.
Get up.
Landed it just at the front of the green and then rolled off to the right into the lower rough there. And had this putt for birdie. Would roll that past and walk away with a tap-in par yet again. Short par 3 here now on the 12th, 150 yards. Should be a very easy par 3 for most people. Got some bunkers to worry about, but a very large green, lots of landing area.
Oh wow. Needs to take a big kick.
Had a little pitching wedge in here and pulled it hard left. Actually hit the cart path and bounced in. It was a very lucky bounce, but I'll take it. Chance to make an up and down with lots of green to work with. Left this chip a little bit shorter than I'd like, but a makeable putt still. Just a terrible putt. And moving on to hole 13 here. It's a 543-yard par 5, so a little bit longer, but generally speaking, lots of birdie opportunities on these par 5s. They're not too difficult. Everything funnels down to the middle, so even if it hits rough, you're going to roll down to the middle of the fairway. Green, once again, slightly elevated, but just avoid the bunker there and you should be in good standing. The driver was definitely working well for me on this day. Had a gapper in.
That's so good.
Nice one, buddy.
Am I dancing?
Ooh, yeah.
And rolled myself up to have a look at eagle yet again. Just wanted to avoid the dreaded 3-putt par and nestled this up nice and close. Had a tap-in birdie to bring me back down to 1 over. Another par 4, very similar to the last hole. Similar look and feel. The fairway funnels down and slightly elevated greens. So we've played this before. If you do hit a long and straight drive that's close to those rocks on the right-hand side, there's a chance you could roll through the fairway into the trees. So just be cognizant of that. Left side's probably a little safer for most longer hitters.
Nice ball.
Sit down.
I think that would be good.
Yeah, that's good.
Had a 58-degree in here yet again. Put this to the left side green. Would have a tap in par. Now moving on to the 15th. Short par 3, very makeable birdie. It is only 145 yards from the blues, and I think we were even pushed up today. Pulled out the pitching wedge, full on shank, straight into the water, not even close to the green. Terrible shot. Not sure what happened, but that's golf. Walked up to the drop zone.
Go in.
Oh my God!
Yeah! Let's go!
Yeah!
And somehow made it. So walk away with a par, move on to the 16th, and feeling the game at this point, to say the least. Hole 16 is a 322-yard par 4. You know, definitely one of the easier holes on the course here. You've got elevated staircase tees. Beautiful golf hole. You got the cabins in the background. Driver's just not needed. You can lay up with an iron of your choice and then have a good yardage in. Really smart golf on this hole. Should be no reason why you're not walking away with a par. Had a 58-degree in yet again. Just wanted to avoid the water.
Oh, that's gotta sit.
Got a little scared / the adrenaline of my previous chip and muscled this one long.
Man, you're on with that wedge today. Holy smokes.
Thankfully the wedges were working for me today and nestled that in. The boys gave me the chip, but I still put it in for the video. And moving on to the 17th, the dreaded 17th. By far the most difficult hole on this course, in my opinion. Long sweeping dogleg left par 4 that is 442 yards with the water to contend with. Such a difficult fairway to hit. If you go long, you're going to be in the rough or at those bunkers. Anything short or left is in the water.
How do you hit a draw here?
Pulled it, the first terrible drive of the day, really, and straight into the water. So hit my second drive.
Perfect. Why? Just do that the first time, Ben. 164. Oh, Benny's going pin hunting. One time. Oh.
And would 2-putt for a double bogey. So that would put me up to 3 over heading into the 18th hole. Even with that double bogey, still very happy with how my round was going. Now the 18th, another difficult hole. This 17th, 18th finish is probably one of the best 2 finishing holes in BC, just with how hard they are, but also such great holes. Scenic, love it. So you've got bunkers on the right and left. This was a long hole as well, 425 yards. Elevated green, a creek at the front there for, you know, that's potentially in play for longer hitters.
Running at the bunkers and cutting, I think. It's not cutting enough though. No? It's gonna be into bunkers. Not a good bunker to be in either.
Drive here went into the bunker on the left, right up against the lip. Just needed to get this over the creek. I did so in the left rough.
Be good.
Had a good chip up here to give myself a look at saving par, but would just keep this putt slightly to the left of the hole, tap that in for a bogey, and walk away with a 76 on the day. Had a great round with the boys, one of my favorite rounds of the year. Beautiful course, immaculate conditions, always excited to go and play here. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.